Max Papis is our in-race reporter today, and let's talk to him, Rusty.
Max Papis, Rusty Wallace, ESPN, you got us?
Got you guys loud and clear.
Max, we got an ESPN mailbag question. It comes from Steve in Austin, Texas. The question is, after years of driving lightweight and high downforce race cars, what are your thoughts on driving heavy, low downforce cars?
Let me tell you, it's a blast to drive the car here. The Menards car is awesome. This track is definitely, to me, the best track I ever drove a stock car on. It's a blast. It's a great feeling. Awesome racetrack and awesome crowd.
Hey, Max, we were talking to your teammate, Elliott Sadler, and he was kind of laughing. He said, look, I just want to keep my car on the track, but Max, he's going to go for the win. He's going to be real aggressive. Hey, how aggressive are you going to be out there, Max?
I'm going to be as aggressive as it takes for in the last 10 laps. You know, got to keep my fender on. Got to have to drive smart and aggressive. And I always say, I'm in the hands of God. You know, I say the prayer, and I know if it's my day, it's my day.
All right, Max, thanks for talking to us, and have a great day.
Thank you, guys. Ciao, Dilana. Ciao, Kevin.
Max Papis getting ready to go from the second starting spot today in the Kevin Harvick Incorporated 33 car. Getting ready to go. There's Max Papis.
Hey, Max, he is so jacked up, it's unreal. I mean, I've talked to him, and Andy's talked to him. Heck, we all have. And this is his Daytona 500. He's so excited about today's race. He finished second driving for Kevin Harvick in Montreal, Canada the last time, and he thinks he can win this race today.
I've never met a more passionate man about what he does. I love Max Papis. You can't help but love his enthusiasm for the sport.
Michael McDowell on the pole in the Gibbs 18. Max Papis alongside. Pace car is off. Up the hill they come to the green flag and the start of the Bucyrus 200, the NASCAR Nationwide Series, racing at Road America for a second time.
Green, green, green.
McDowell quickly cleared Papis on the start. Here's Villeneuve inside of Papis for second as they sort it out to three.
Well, looks like Justin Allgaier locking up the tires coming down into turn three. A lot of speed right there. The key here is get in single file. I mean, the spotters are helping these guys try to do that right now. Michael McDowell there.
So Villeneuve the leader, Fellows to second, McDowell third, that's Papis fourth in the 33, then Steve Wallace and Elliott Sadler. Remember, they did not stop, 66 and 2 in fifth and sixth.
Tell the 18, if he does this again, I dump him. I let him go and I dump him.
Well, that's, you know, it's early in the race, so he did cut him a little break. But later in the race, if you try that, I don't think he's going to get that break.
And you got to remember, Max is not driving for points. He's driving for wins. I mean, this is a rare opportunity to drive a car this good, like Kevin Harvick's car, and he wants to make the most of it. He told everybody before the race, he said, I'm going for it. I'm not going to wait around for nobody. They rough me up, I'm roughing them back.
Yeah, but he's being smart. He's not doing it now. He doesn't want to be over-aggressive at this point because that'll take him out of the shot to win the thing if he messes the car up.
Yeah, well said. You can tear that thing up, put you right out of the race.
It's hard to contain that anger sometimes because, you know, you feel somebody cut you off or did something wrong. You want to retaliate, but usually when you do that, you're the one that pays the price.
Of course, Max Papis is running in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series this season full-time. He is 11th in that championship at the moment. And I think Max also understands, because he's running in that series full-time, he understands the meaning of the phrase, have at it, boys.
And, boy, he's having at it right now. Look at this. I love his foot cam. You can see just how he shifts using no clutch whatsoever. Just let up the gas just barely. You see he's using his left foot, making sure the brake is there, but he's right foot braking. You can see how he rolls that gas pedal and the clutch. All of that helps him to keep from locking those rear wheels up and getting the most he can out of his brake.
Andy, wouldn't you call that a little bit of old school style
That is
braking?
old school,
I mean, most of the guys don't even use the they don't use the brake much at all. I mean, the clutch, they just kind of hold the brake and just tap the throttle, jam it in gear. But Max is doing the traditional heel-toe shifting.
We've seen a couple different styles. I've seen guys that just don't ever even look at the clutch after they get going. But this style works for Max.
Dorsett does that.
But Dorsett also two great road racers, so you can't argue with the with the style.
And the 33 car of Max Papis is going to restart at the tail end of the line for driving through too many pit boxes. I'm guessing by the hand gesture he's trying to get that rule explained to him.
Yeah, what you can't do is drive through more than 2 pit boxes to get to your pit stall. And you see he's got a lot of open pits right there, but he drives through, well, not many more than 2, but yeah, it definitely was.
5.
Yeah, I thought he was stopping one sooner, but yeah, he did go through too many stalls. And that's a no-no. I mean, it's just one of the rules.
So that's going to cost Max a bunch of track position.
Going to come back in now. Here you'll see him come in and top off the fuel and start at the back of the field.
Mr. Max Papis has just turned into Mad Max Papis. He's going to blow through this field like you're not believing.
Okay, let's go.
Got to get pretty physical right here. A lot of pushing and banging, and when the cars get pretty slow, then you can do things like that. But when they're going real fast and you try that, you do a lot of spinning. Oh, look at this.
Almirola contact there between he and Papis. Villeneuve trying to follow through. Boy.
Max does a great job to get back by Villeneuve. Pretty aggressive.
Carousel.
You see Villeneuve now working on the back of Max Papis in the 33. He's made up a couple more spots. He's running 9th. Looking for more here. He's caught Papis, and I don't believe I'd want to hold him up too long. He might want to force it. Yeah.
Papis went to pit road there.
Making a pit stop.
Wow. 2 more before he's got to worry about stopping. McDowell and Papis and Fellows.
How about that? They all ended up together. After all those pit stops, 3 of them are bumper to bumper.
Well, Max was back behind these leaders a good ways, and his strategy's paid off for him. Now he's racing the 2 cars that were leading the race before this round of stops. So this should be, when everybody cycles through, this should be for the lead. That's why you see him racing so hard.
Down the hill to turn 5.
The thing Max has working against him, though, is he has older tires.
Right now, this is for 9th, 10th, and 11th positions. Right now. That ticker cycles through. Sorry about that. As that ticker cycles through, next time across the top of the screen, everyone in front of Papis has yet to make their last pit stop. McDowell has pressed so hard at times in this race. In the 18.
He had a good car, too.
Here we go. Villeneuve is in. Gives up the lead here. This is going to be with 13 laps to go.
Got plenty of fuel in it to make it to the end with 13, so no problem right there.
McDowell does get by Papis.
And we'll see where those guys come past the pit lane when Villeneuve comes out. They should be clear of him. Should. Dave?
And we'll watch for that, Alan, as you see the leaders on the right. Villeneuve gets a 4-tire change on the left and full of fuel to the end. I think these guys remember Montreal last year. Didn't we have 3 green-white checkers at the end? They'll have lots of laps in the fuel. There go the leaders flashing by. Villeneuve will cycle back. Looks like he leaves pit road in 4th or 5th, Alan. Maybe 6th.
So he needs caution to catch back up to those other guys and get a double file restart to have a shot.
And we heard Dave talking about 4th, 5th, or 6th. That's kind of relative to the cars that have pitted.
Right.
And that's kind of how it'll cycle through.
That is 6th position he's back to now. Papis in the 33 through to 4th. Villeneuve in the 22 through to 5th. Villeneuve has led this race 3 different times today, but got caught for violating NASCAR's restart rules, changing lanes from the outside to the inside before he got past the start-finish line. Had to do a pass-through penalty. It kicked him all the way back to 22nd position from the lead.
He's recovered quite well, but you have to use a lot of car to come through that many spots on a road course. Really been working on Max, though. not able to get by.
I like how these real late turns. Look at Jacques Villeneuve.
Hey, bouncing the tires there. You'd hear Max struggling for forward bite.
Max had to drive the car awful straight, Andy, into the corner, and it forces him to the outside of those strips. So Jacques really made a late turn. He really got some good forward bite off the corner. I call it that road race turn, late entry.
Papis on older tires. Remember, his final pit stop was just fuel only for the 33.
I think he's going to pay the price for that strategy. I know it gained him a lot of track position, but not having the tires that these leaders have is going to hurt him.
Listen to the squealing tires there.
That lead. Look at this race. These guys have been going
That's the second time that's happened now. They just keep going after it. And the 22 car, Jacques Villeneuve, keeps getting off course because of it.
That's 4th and 5th place, the racing for Max Papis, 33. Jacques Villeneuve, 22. Elliott Sadler closing in from behind on them in the 2.
Yeah, going back to McDowell, I mean, the only way he can really lose this race is going to be if a caution comes out. So if it does, they want to have good tires and enough fuel for some green, white checker finishes if it comes down to that.
And you just can't overdrive the car and slide the tires around, push the front end and slide the back end around. That's what the crew chief's trying to do, is calm them down, not let that happen. But I have not seen Michael doing that. He's drove real smooth right now of late, keeping the grip and not overworking those tires like the crew chief wants.
Question is, are we going to see the caution? This race last year, the second half of the race was rugged, would be a polite term.
I'd say.
In the final 25 laps, 5 cautions and a 30-minute red flag. We have not had a caution in this one since right at the halfway mark of the race. Just 3 of them all race long so far.
I don't want to jinx or anything, but I'm not seeing this thing looking like we're going to have a caution. And it's been a trend we've been seeing lately in the Nationwide Series. We just haven't seen these late cautions like we've been accustomed to seeing.
Just takes one wheel hop into the gravel trap, though.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, one wheel hop and get somebody stuck in that gravel. It'll take a long time to get them out.
Fun stuff. Max Papis, 33. Jacques Villeneuve, 22. They've been going back and forth in the mix between them and McDowell and Ron Fellows for the lead a lot of the day. And for the last little while, wow, Villeneuve in deep there.
Yeah, it looked like Max may let him go. Well, maybe not.
No. So where are you going?
He's trying everything to get by that 33.
They call it racing. So they're coming to the restart. Michael McDowell, 18. Ron Fellows, 7. Brian Scott in the 11. Max Papis in the 33. Jacques Villeneuve in the 22. Oh, and Elliott Sadler is there as well. NASCAR saying this will be a green-white checker finish and the first attempt at it. So 2 laps to go if we don't see the caution in that time.
NASCAR's always said that they're going to finish these things with a green-white checker if they have to. So that's what we're getting here. We get 1 extra lap. Green flag.
Green.
Good start by McDowell. This is just what he needed.
Oh, that's Villeneuve, and that's going to be trouble.
No.
Papis is off into the wall.
That was a bonehead move right there by Villeneuve.
Yeah, that was
Thank you,
ridiculous.
Jacques. Good job.
And Brian Scott in the gravel trap.
Right
And
through the
caution.
grass. That was not
There's
a
no way
move
that
of a
was gonna
veteran.
work. Max had a
Sorry,
good race
guys.
going.
I thought the 22 was going to do something stupid.
Looks like we'll have more than 1 attempt at green white checker.
Yeah, you
Away
know,
it goes.
you knew as aggressive as Villeneuve has been in these races, he was going to try something on that restart.
Well, it's one thing to be aggressive. It's another thing to go in there and do that. I mean, that's just not cool.
That's not the way you gain respect out of your peers, I can tell you that. And Brian Scott, there's one guy I really feel sorry for. I really think his plan was going to work. He was going to make it on field, and now he's wrecked. One of our nationwide regulars working for the points.
Sorry, guys. I thought the 22 was going to do something stupid. When people think they want to be superhero, that's the way it goes.